the government of the Gambia for creating the enabling environment for them to contribute their quota to national development. Mr. Njai encouraged young people to venture into the ICT sector and saw the need for an exit strategy. He called on development partners to create the much-needed jobs for the future entrepreneurs. According to the CEO of Unique Solutions, his company has already given internship to 3 graduates and pledged to sponsor 10 kiosks for the most outstanding ones to start operating their own businesses.
Some of the stories of these young men and women are indeed worth paying attention to. It's tingled with a mixture of sadness, frustration, broken dreams, but above all else, there is still great hope that they believe in themselves and they believe that they can be the future of this country. They are our brothers and sisters and deserve all the support they can get. And I think over the past 6-7 months, some of us have been really amazed that people who, some of them have not finished grade 12, some of them are what I would call dead-end jobs, things of that sort. I mean, real hard knock stories. We've lived with these guys over the past 6-7 months. But the hope in them clearly shines out. I mean, some of them have now turned themselves into website engineers. They've developed websites coming out of this project. Some of them have, I think when you're coming in, you'll see them, there's a solar charging system to charge mobile phones that has been developed by the students. They've also developed a Bluetooth driver kit. And like I said, these are ordinary Gambians who ordinarily, without this project, nobody would talk about. So it gives me immense pride.
Deputizing for the UNDP resident representative in the Gambia, the National Project Coordinator for GAM Jobs, Salimata Toure, raised concern over the increasing rate of youth unemployment globally, citing a particular reference to the Gambia with an estimated 40% youth unemployment rate.
We at the UNDP, in collaboration with the Government of the Republic of the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain, and with technical support from ILO, have been working with other partners to address youth unemployment, skills gap, the mismatch between labor supply and labor demand through the auspices of the Gambia Priority Employment Program, GAM Jobs, that has supported this particular training conducted under Unique Solutions Company and RLG Ghana.
Sheriff Gomez is the Minister of Youth and Sports. He has this piece of advice for the graduating class.
Training is one aspect, but indeed it is important also you, the graduates, look within yourself. Look as benchmarks and role models and best practices.
The Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, Abdul Koli, reiterated Gambia government's resolve to empower young people and enhance their participation in nation building.
The government's PRSP2 focused on the problem of youth unemployment through various approaches, including supporting private sector investment that create jobs for the youth, increasing access to productive assets, particularly credit, and retooling and training them to increase their employability.
RLG Communications is a Ghanaian-owned limited liability company engaged in the production of communications equipment such as mobile phones, laptops, and a host of others. The Chief Executive Officer of RLG Communications, Roland Agambere, hailed the existing cordial relations between the Gambia and Ghana. Mr. Agambere revealed his company's plan to inject $2 million into the Gambia's economy in an effort to create employment opportunities for the country's youths.
This year, we are going to invest $2 million to be able to kickstart the project. Our hope is, as we go along, governments will see the dream and would continue to support the youth by engaging more youth in the training process. Because as we grow, we will need a lot of these youth in the assembling plant. And our principle is to have at least 10,000 youth ready to be deployed in the assembling plant before we can establish an assembling plant. And I know this is a great opportunity for the government of Gambia to be able to increase the number of youth who will be under the training, so that at the end of the day, we don't just assemble from Ghana and export to Gambia, but we will start assembling from Gambia and export to the rest of the sub-regions that are surrounded by Gambia. That is why RLG is taking the first initiative to invest.
These young men and women who have carved a future for themselves in the area of technology and entrepreneurship were issued with certificates of appreciation. It is expected that by the year 2012, 5 other African countries, including Ivory Coast, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, will also benefit from the same project that Ghana, Nigeria, and the Gambia is enjoying. The ceremony ended with a press briefing. Mama J, GRTS.
Residents of Bijilo Saturday organized a mass political rally ahead of the upcoming presidential elections. The event, as Samuel Bar reports, also marks the inauguration of the APRC National Mobilizer, Mayor Yankuba Koli, as the honorary father of the community.
It is a mass political rally in an area popularly referred to as the political stronghold of the ruling party. The rally, organized by the community of Bijilo under the leadership of Pa Bojang, attracted supporters from the entire Kombo North constituency and beyond, all showing their support for President Jammeh and the APRC. The event, attended by APRC bigwigs from all walks of life, also saw the adoption of Yankuba Koli as father of the community and a good number of defectors from the National Reconciliation Party to the ruling party. The mass political rally, which coincides with torrential rain, did not deter the party faithfuls from coming out in their large numbers to once again demonstrate their unwavering support for the ruling party. Addressing the gathering, the Alcalo of Bijilo, Yankuba Jatta, recognized the unprecedented development championed by the Jammeh administration. He therefore saw the need for Gambians to continue to rally behind President Jammeh. Councillor Ibra Fall of the Sukuta ward called on the youths to rally their support for the Jammeh administration, citing the significant impact that their constituency can make in the November polls. The 80,000 voters registered according to Fall should reflect on the final election results in favor of the ruling party. Mansour Fai, on behalf of the youths, reassured the gathering of their constant support for the APRC party. He, however, appealed on behalf of the youths for the revitalization of their only technical school. Solomar appealed to the youths to desist from using the internet to say negative things about the government, while Umibari appealed for the upgrading of the VDC-sponsored market and the Baby Mariam Jammeh Health Center. For a constituency referred to as the powerhouse of the ruling party, the APRC faithfuls, in the words of Honorable Adama Cham, Alhaji Lamin Fall and Abi Fall, head of the Women CAFO, needs a more unified approach in ensuring a landslide victory for the ruling party. For Babuge Sonko and Ajande Jatta, the ground has been prepared, and it is now time for Gambians to reciprocate what the Jammeh administration has done for them. The message from Aja Fatmata Jahumpa Sise and the APRC National Mobilizer Yankuba Koli were not different from those of the previous speakers, as they both challenge Gambians to vote for progress, peace and development, which can only be assured by the Jammeh administration. For the people of the Kombo North constituency, it is no time for politics, as they speak in one voice ahead of the November polls. For GRTS News, I am Samuel Ba.
And before we draw the curtains on this edition of the news, a look once again at our top stories. Vice President Jai Seri has met officials of the West African Power Pool who are in Banjul to help the National Water and Electricity Company address some of its pressing problems. 6 West African coastal states have signed a technical and financial agreement with Norway on the country's right to explore natural resources within their territorial precincts. The National Assembly has warned scores of public enterprises to appear before the legislature on the scheduled date and time after some institutions launched an appeal for their appointments with the lawmakers to be deferred. You can also follow the day's stories and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you also have the opportunity to monitor GRTS Radio Live. From there, we take leave of you. Thanks for joining us and do have a pleasant night.
Very much Grts, articles like they are total reggae connection. Gambia finest number reggae TV, so, oh yeah.